All right, hello everyone. This is Kendrell, and we are doing a new segment. So we are joined by the 2018 ASUN Women's Soccer Champions and head coach O'Brien, Kevin O'Brien. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining in. I mean, you guys had a very historic season last year. You advanced to the NCAA tournament for the first time, as well as advancing in the tournament, beating Mississippi State. Just speak on the success last year and what it meant to the girls and you professionally.
Yeah, it was a magical season. Having gotten to the conference championship on a few occasions and fallen short, there was just something really, I think fulfilling about finally getting over the hump. Because you start to question yourself after you lose a few championships in a row. It's like, hey, are we going to be capable to do it? Especially against a really talented squad like Florida Gulf Coast. So for us to be able to kind of get over that hurdle and beat them twice in the same season was a wonderful achievement. Then to go on to the NCAA tournament and get a positive result against a top 20 team and an SEC opponent, that was a dream come true. And in the end, what did it mean for the program? It meant the world. It's helped us in recruiting. I think it's just helped our overall kind of belief in what we're capable of doing as a program. And I think it's given us great momentum moving into this season so far.
Okay, and also I know because you guys were knocking on the door for a few years, just sharing the regular season championship, winning it outright last year, and advancing to the title. So just going up into the season, just what did it mean to just continually keep knocking on the door and getting to that point where you finally broke through last year?
Yeah. Well, we've never really set the goal of, hey, we have to win a championship, because when you've got one singular goal such as that, if you fall short, then ultimately the players might feel like, all the wonderful things that happen throughout the year, because it is a great journey that you go on. Lots of wonderful moments that have sometimes nothing to do with soccer. So if you set your sole goal as winning a championship and you fall short, well, then ultimately the season can feel like a failure. So we've never done that. We talk about the kind of program that we want to be, the kind of team that we want to be. And we're going to go out and try to be that each and every competition. And ultimately, the results are going to fall where they may. And we can, in all those seasons where we lost in championships, even the seasons where we never made the conference championship, there were still great successes in those seasons as well. And great achievements and wonderful stories and experiences and things that those players will cherish for a long, long time, even though we never got a trophy in those environments.
Okay, and well, let me just add on that. Just going into each and every competition, what is the team that Lipscomb University strives to be?
Yeah, well, we ultimately, first and foremost, we're a faith-based school, so we say, hey, we want to glorify God in all we say and do. We want, if there were fans up there that didn't know either team, I want them to see something different about the way we approach the game, the way we play, our sportsmanship, kind of some of those finer details that maybe aren't preached as much in other programs, where we can do it here. We can say, hey, we want to, the way we look at competition is a bit unique. They're not an enemy that we're going against. We're striving together they're them trying to get the best out of us and us trying to get the best out of them. And, it's a little bit of a different approach when you look at it that way. Now, in terms of our reputation as a team, we want to be the hardest working team that anyone's played against, and we're never going to quit. We're never going to give up. And I love players. I recruit players. We play players that have massive hearts and that care about one another. We want to be a unified team, that we have no prima donnas or egos, that we're all kind of in it for the same reason, which is, team success over individual success. And what's been really unique, at least from my vantage point as the head coach, is to see our top players that are garnering the big awards. They are not in it for themselves, yet they're getting those individual awards because they're such incredible team people. So anyhow, that it's been amazing to witness that those incredible team players ultimately are getting those individual awards come the end of the year, and there's something really sweet and special about that.
Okay, well, speaking on team success and individual success, I know this year the preseason polls are out. Lipscomb University, they're ranked number one by the narrowest of margins, but ranked number one. And you guys are bringing back Player of the Year Olivia Doak, as well as Defensive Player of the Year, Logan McFadden. So just speak on your mindset going into the season, ranked number one.
Yeah, it's a mature group. The most mature, senior laden, upperclassman laden team that we've had since we've been here. So I think that there's an expectation within the players on the team, within the coaching staff, that we're going to be a tough opponent for each and every team that we play against. So again, not setting goals like, hey, if we don't win this, we don't achieve what we want. We're just set out to be the best team that we can be each and every day that we train, the best team that we can be each and every weekend that we get to play an outside competition. So we're excited. I feel like we've got more talent than we've ever had before. We're deeper than we've ever had before. The spirit of the group is as high as it's ever been before. But it's soccer. It's an unpredictable sport. It's, sometimes you can be the dominant team and not be on the positive end of the result. So we all get that. We're just we're set out to do the best that we can do each and every day.
Okay, and just lastly, because I know coming into Lipscomb University, it was your first head coaching job. Just tell me, just speaking back on, this is going into year 7. Just speak to first year Kevin O'Brien. What have you learned as a coach, just going in and teaching the girls and for yourself?
Yeah, so probably the biggest lesson that I learned as a coach was when I came in, I was dead set on proving that I was a great coach, that I was good at X's and O's, that I could manage a team well to positive results. And what I learned over time is that that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is the relational depth that you have with your players, with the coaching staff. And when the players really care about you as a coach, they're willing to give more for you as a coach. And that has been, for me, probably the most eye-opening thing, because it had really little to do with what I know as a soccer coach. And, I think we've got a great staff with lots of talent and experience, but the fact that we invest in our players' hearts, that we care about them for more than what they can provide us on the soccer field, that's paid dividends more than you'll ever know. And I would encourage any young coach, like, hey, care about your players, care about who they're becoming as people, because that's way more important to begin with. But then even as a coach, the more you do that, the better product you'll get, on the field.
Okay, well, Coach O'Brien, I thank you very much for taking the time out and speak with me. And sorry to bring you, take you back to the future. I know moving forward, I'm going to work on the iPhone.
Yeah, hey, well, I appreciate it. And hey, thanks so much for having me. And I think this is going to be a great new segment.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.